Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Mount and Blade Warband broadcast. Now, when we last left off, we were at war with the Saranid Sultanate. We are now at war with the Saranid Sultanate, but it's not the same war. They asked for peace, I accepted their offer, apparently you gain honour and right to rule if you accept a peace offer. Which I didn't know because my only experience so far was with the Kingdom of Swadia, and they kept offering me peace because they only had one stronghold left, and I kept rejecting them, saying, "No, I'm trying to kill you, stop trying to survive." Yeah, so apparently there is a reward for accepting a peace offer. On the plus side, there is no penalty for not accepting a peace offer, so it's really down to whether or not you want to. But I declared war on the Saranid Sultanate because they provoked me. I would have lost face if I hadn't. And also, peacetime had gone on a bit long and it was getting hard to maintain morale in the army I was training. Like, I took 100 Nord warriors out of Wercheg to train them up, and I turned them into Huskarls, well, most of them, and gave about 40 of them back. And the rest I kept, and I took a bunch of archers as well. So, luckily, none of the Saranid territory is anywhere near any of my land. So, the slightly weaker defense. I put a bunch of other troops in there as well. But anyway, I trained those troops, I trained up an army in peacetime, and then declared war on the Saranid Sultanate. And I'm currently in a battle with the Sultan himself. And I also made myself Marshal because even in peacetime... Oh, hi Jack. Even in peacetime, the Marshal keeps going on military campaigns. I'm like, why? We're not at war. Why are you going on a military campaign? So I declared myself Marshal. It's like, if you want something done properly, you've got to do it yourself. And then I declared war. And so I took the entire army, not just my force, and we're engaging the Sultan, who, to his credit, by himself has about 700 troops. I don't even know how you get the maximum troops you're allowed to command that high. But I've got the entire army with me, which is a good 1,000 men, numbers advantage, and we've just won 2 skirmishes, and this is the third one. Tremble before the Magnag Empire. How are you, Jack? Are you doing this on your own? I did invite Sam, but he's not here yet. I just thought this would be a good thing to stream. And I don't know, I happened to be talking to Sam at the time, and he said, why not? So yeah, he's coming, he's been invited, so he'll just jump on whenever he's ready. But for now, yes, I'm on my own. By the way, my Game of Thrones recap, you said you liked it. Do you reckon I should do one of those every week? Because I'm gauging responses to it at the moment, and if enough people want one, I'll do one every week. The only reason I'm gauging responses is because that one video took me about 6-7 hours in total to make. For 3 minutes of video, and as much as I liked doing it, see, 1,100 people. Can I have an invite? If you don't mind Sam also being there, sure. I'll send you an invite now if you like. I'm bored. So is that a confirmation that you're okay with it? Okay. Alright, just a second. Sorry, I was just responding to a message. I'm now adding you to the party. Okay, you have been invited.
Hello?
Hello.
Hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Good.
On there. This has been a lengthy skirmish. I mean, I only got the idea to stream it halfway through the second battle. This is the third one.
While you're doing that, I'm leveling up Supergirl and Injustice 2.
How's that going?
Quite well. Level 18.
Oh, good. Oh, I've got to get Injustice 2. That's on my list of...
Yes, it's one of the finest ways to play as Sub-Zero I know.
Even better than in Mortal Kombat?
Quite possibly. I don't remember that much about Mortal Kombat these days.
Really?
What I do
That
know
surprises
is that
me.
what I do know is that in the Injustice 2 game, Sub-Zero can create 2 ice sculptures of himself, which will freeze the enemy if they touch, and he can also pick them up and throw them at the enemy.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I was gonna... hold on, lost my train of thought. Yeah, so we're currently at war with the Middle Eastern guys again. Right, let's see. Our casualties, none. Ally casualties, 1. The enemy casualties, 77. They've got 355 men left. I have 1,095. We're whittling them down.
Excellent. I'm doing the same with Robin at the moment. I'm casualty 1 at the moment.
Yeah.
Not
Oh, by the way,
quite as large,
I switched to a siege crossbow for ranged attacks. I can't reload it on the horse, so I'm pretty much limited to swords after this one shot. But it does a lot more damage, even if it takes longer to load.
Well, that is pretty much the way of things, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather the weapon be useful than... I mean, the reload speed of a bow was all well and good, but it was doing no damage. I've actually killed a person or 2 with this crossbow.
Wow. That's a big step up from when I last saw you.
It is. Sadly, it is.
There's one thing I'm curious though, how many times have you actually shot that bow, killed someone, and then told them you have failed this battle?
I haven't yet. It doesn't feel right with a crossbow, and I never actually managed to kill someone with the other bow.
Oh well, I guess... Oh well, I guess you're just waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Final opponent for this matchup. I play as Power Girl at the moment, and I'm currently about to fight Supergirl.
Ah.
I don't know if you know the differences between those two.
Yeah, I know that they're different characters, and I know what Power Girl looks like. I played DC Universe Online.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Oh, enemy reinforcements. Bring them on. Send them to me, come on!
You know, if I think about it, the end of the last episode of Supergirl the series, it might have been an implication to either Doomsday or Power Girl, if I think about it.
I have heard the implications of Doomsday from my friend Dan, who's very knowledgeable about comics. Probably give that comic story and channel a run for its money.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I am slightly leaning towards Doomsday.
Yeah.
I say Power Girl because she does have more than her fair share of anger management problems.
Ah.
You know, I remember while I was leveling her up, I was pitted against Bane. Bane managed to employ a pile driver on her, and then mere seconds later I'm seeing Power Girl employ a pile driver on him. I'm not making this up, that happened.
Ah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna share my recap video around again tomorrow night, just, you know, before the next episode airs. Depending on reception, I might do one of those every week, if people want it.
People might interpret those as spoilers.
That's why I put the spoiler warning at the beginning.
Yeah, but who listens to those?
Well, it's not my fault if they don't.
That's not going to stop people from hating you. That's what
I don't care.
When they quote Jim Moriarty, that's what people do!
It's an episode recap. The purpose of those is to tell everyone what happened. I mean, if you're stupid enough to click on that and expect not to be spoiled, you deserve it.
For me, the spoilers are enough. I'm not really a die-hard Game of Thrones fan.
That's fair enough. It's not for everyone. Because you see, Internet, people are allowed to like the things that you don't like and not like the things that you do. That is called being a non-hive-minded species, and it is basically a good thing.
And let's face it, when it comes to Game of Thrones, it has its good aspects, right? It's a good series, lots of good acting, but would anyone be surprised if someone didn't want to watch it?
I can think of people that would, but I can also think of people that wouldn't. It's like some people just find it a bit much with all the, you know, things that Game of Thrones is famous for having in it.
Yes, people we don't like tending to come out on top.
Well, yeah, but all that is leading up to the payoff of hopefully someone we like coming out on top. That's how drama works.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why I'm still taking an interest in it. I can understand though why someone would lose interest though.
Yeah. It is quite an arduous journey.
Yes, hopefully one that won't be on for much longer.
It's this season and then the next one. And both of which are shorter than they normally are.
Do you think they do an additional series after the next one just for one episode, just so they could say they did an extra series?
No, they've greenlit a prequel series about I think Aegon's conquest.
Huh.
which hasn't been greatly written about, or at least it has, but I haven't read them. Well, it's either Aegon's Conquest or Robert's Rebellion. Either way, it should be good.
I watched a video on YouTube that's saying that when saying about Robert Baratheon during the time of the rebellion, he could have been able to kill the Mountain while he was in his prime.
Ah. Well,
Yeah,
it is established in the books especially that he was quite the warrior.
Yes, this fellow was doing a list of people who could kill the Hound. He had Jaqen H'ghar, Syrio Forel. Assuming we can call him Jaqen H'ghar these days.
I hope that Syrio does turn up. Just because we never saw him die.
Oh, he's quite dead. We heard him die.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. I heard a scream.
I don't think it was his.
I tend to think it was.
I don't remember a scream, if I'm being honest. I'll have to watch that episode again.
Well, how was he supposed to escape that encounter?
Well, I don't know. But that's just a really anticlimactic way to die. And let's face it, George R.R. Martin likes to make a show of deaths of beloved characters.
That doesn't necessarily mean means he does it for everyone.
No, that is true.
I suppose, in a way, by killing Syrio Forel at the hands of somebody like Meryn Trant, they pretty much builds up making Meryn Trant one of the many people who we want to see dead in horrifically climactic and dramatic ways, and that's what he did. What he was given.
Yeah. Remind me how he died again.
How who died?
Meryn Trant.
Arya Stark stabbed his eyes out and cut his throat.
Ah, yes. I need...
Oh wait, no, that was someone else. Child Beater, that was it. Yeah, Child Beater. No one's gonna miss Meryn Trant. All things considered though, I really do wish Arya would go see her brother Bran. He hasn't seen a Stark in ages. He's now back at Castle Black. He really should see his family.
Yeah. Oh, now there's
I mean, it's not like Arya needs to kill Cersei. I mean, that's gonna happen sooner or later.
Cersei's going to die. I don't think Arya's the one that's gonna do it.
Which does, of course, mean that she is wandering to her death right now. Unless the prophecy about a younger brother.
She could adopt the disguise, I suppose. Oh, no casualties for me. 74 casualties for them.
I really wish I could have done better on the outfit I customised for Sub-Zero. Unfortunately, this is the best gear I could have got for him.
Huh. Hopefully this should be the last battle.
Well, as it is said in Star Trek, make that your last battle.
Well, it won't be my last battle. Hopefully this will be the last one I have to fight against the Sultan. See, I'm marching on their capital. I'm going to take their home from them.
Did you betray the king in the end? I missed it.
Yeah, I did, yeah. And I founded the Magnag Empire.
What did you do to him? Did you poison him?
No, well, basically, I wanted some land that I had captured, and I think it's only fair that since I captured it, you know. And he wouldn't give it to me, he wanted to give it to someone else. I basically said no, declared all my lands in my own name, and founded my own kingdom. I mean, I'm still on good terms with that king, bafflingly enough. Because, well, we were at war immediately after, but then I asked for peace and he gave it to me. So I'm gonna... I think... I like that king, so I'm gonna kill him last.
You haven't killed him yet. You call that playing to win?
Well, you can't actually kill kings in this game. Otherwise I would.
Oh.
But basically what I've got to do is take over all of their territories, and he is the most powerful monarch in the game right now, apart from maybe me. I don't actually know who has more territories. So I'm taking out the weaker ones first, to strengthen my own hand, you see.
I'm not sure it's a case of territories, Ollie. I think it's a case of who is actually the better leader. In fairness to this chap, he has actually sued for peace in the wake of a monstrous, tyrannical opponent.
Well, I was the one that asked for peace.
And he agreed.
Yeah, he agreed. Because I'd got enough, well, see, there's a 100 to negative 100 meter on how much they like you. And I was pretty high on that meter, so he wouldn't have said no. In fact, he has declined to declare war on me despite his council's advice several times.
You may have to murder them. You can murder them, right?
No, but I can beat the crap out of them on the field of battle.
Oh, pity.
Alright, we have won that skirmish. So he has 61 men left, and I still have over 1,000. I only had 1,100 when, this started, and he had 700 men.
Well, those kinds of odds, maybe you should find a different kind of work.
What do you mean?
I was referring to him, the other guy.
Oh, right. To be fair, I'm only facing one. I'm only facing one leader in battle, and it's the one with the biggest army I've ever seen, with 700. Because my maximum is 128. I have no idea how you get to command that many. And if I had faced him 1-to-1, I would have lost. Through, sheer disadvantage of numbers. Well, probably. I've taken out forces bigger than mine before, even as many as 3 times the size of mine, but never that much.
Did you know they're doing a new Marvel movie based on the Inhumans?
It's not a movie, it's a TV series.
Yeah, I thought it was a film.
No, it's a TV series. It's gonna follow on from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think, yeah.
Oh. Well, that could have gone either way, really.
Imagine having to catch up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe now.
Right now, all I can think about is just what an intriguingly good idea it is to get Ramsay Bolton playing the antagonist.
Sure. Yeah. Alright, I've taken the Sultan himself prisoner.
Shall I get the chopping block?
Unfortunately, the game doesn't allow you to do that. But they'll probably offer me a lot of money for a safe return. Why do I even worry about that? I have nearly 500,000 anyway.
Only
Yeah.
500,000?
One of the reasons I wanted to declare myself king is so that I could have my own. Oh, sorry, what?
On Star Wars Old Republic, I've got over 100,000,000.
That's pretty good.
I can purchase contract warlords with armies 15 times size the army you've got, and all of them possibly of alien origin.
Right.
How do you think you'd fare against an army of immortal Gendai?
Probably not well.
Do you even know what Gendai is?
No, not really.
Did you ever watch the very first Star Wars The Clone Wars series, the 2D animated one?
I did, yes.
Well, there was that armoured guy with the speeder bike who Obi-Wan had trouble killing with a lightsaber.
Ah, I know the one.
Yes, his name is Dirge, and he is a Gendai. There is actually a Star Wars comic of him being so impervious to harm, he was able to take a Jedi and dump him headfirst in lava. I'm not making that up. That is how I saw it in the comic book.
Ah.
Needless
Right.
to add, that was Obi-Wan and a group of Jedi versus Dirge and a Sarge Ventress, and only Obi-Wan came back alive.
Yeah.
Well, I say alive, he crashed his ship when he got back to Coruscant and spent either a few days or a few hours in the med center.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take their capital. They have refused to surrender. Oh, and Sam's here. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Ollie, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
Oh, I'm alive, you know.
Shame.
I was thinking the same thing with you. Anyway, how you doing? Oh,
Okay, you just missed a very lengthy battle that
well,
took several rounds.
tell me, what's your armor like? What's your armor like now? Are you still walking around like a horny winged bird of death?
Yes, I am indeed. And
Wonderful.
well, the Saranids sued for peace, and I accepted. Right? Apparently, you get more honor and right to rule if you accept peace terms,
Okay.
which we wouldn't have known about against those other guys, would we?
No, I suppose not. But then again, you know how your tactics are.
He has tactics?
It depends on your broad definition. Have you read the Ollie Encyclopedia?
Ollie has an encyclopedia?
I do, yes.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. His version of tactics is literally, it's just blank.
Well, basically, the way to take over a country is eliminate the competition.
Okay, so you're one of those, look, if I hit it hard enough, eventually something will happen kind of people.
Yeah, I like to call it the Goku philosophy.
Ollie,
Gosh.
Are you familiar with the definition of insanity?
Yes and no.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
I'm not expecting different results. My results have been fine.
No, he's
Yeah.
expecting the same result, it's just when it gets a different one, that's when it fucks him.
Yeah. Right, well, they're not surrendering, so
I did
I'm
get some-
leading
I did
soldiers
get-
in an assault.
I did get some good news today through my emails and through other things.
Go ahead.
Well, apparently IDW's picked up the Sonic comics, so that's very good considering IDW is apparently bigger than DC and Marvel in terms of reputation.
Reputation.
Basically, IDW have a reputation of not fucking up. Or having any kind of controversy at all. These are the people who have the right to make who've made successful comics and still make the comics too. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff, have done that Power Rangers crossover with DC, have done the Silent Hill thing, and still
I
for some
killed
reason
someone with a crossbow. By the way,
they
I
also
have
have that My
switched to
Little
crossbow
Pony
now.
thing as well. But apparently they have a fuckload of money, so apparently they're able to undo all the damage that Archie did, if they want.
If they want.
If they want to basically fix everything that Archie did wrong, that was mainly due to lawsuits, they apparently can do it. They're financially stable enough to do what they want. And apparently the humiliation has caused Archie to pull out of the Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, so that was always funny.
Under normal circumstances, I would say it is terribly unwise to stand there on your own with a crossbow, where everyone can see you.
Yes. Although I have yet to suffer from these actions yet.
Mind you, this
Give it
isn't really
time.
this isn't really a normal situation, is it? I mean, you can't even execute the most high-ranking prisoners you've got.
Yeah, I've taken the Sultan hostage. After
The
defeating-
Sultan. Tell me, wait, do you carry him in a cell while he's sitting on a little cushion and has a silly little poofy hat?
Yeah.
So yeah, long and short of it is, IDW was the one thing. I think apparently people were actually asking Sega, please do not let the Marvel or DC get hold of the comic rights if you're going to give it to anyone. Those people are just full of controversy these days.
Yeah.
That's not really Marvel and DC's fault. It's mainly the people who unfortunately make issues, like, you know, when they got upset about the female Iron Man.
I thought it was a female Thor.
Oh, there is a female Thor, there's a female Iron Man, I think there's a black Spider-Man that apparently everyone got upset about.
What, Miles Morales?
Yeah, people got upset with the black Spider-Man at one point. People got upset with one of the characters for being Muslim for reasons, I guess.
There's also a female Doctor Who on the horizon.
Is that really a bad thing?
Not really.
Oh, good.
Certain traditionalists may have a problem with it.
Well, you're never going to be able to please
Some
everybody.
traditionalists. They've
told she's-
been
I'm told
implying that the Doctor could turn into a woman for years. It was always going
Well,
to happen
this-
eventually.
Did this shit happen with when they brought the Master in as a woman? Because I'm pretty sure they brought that Master
while.
woman character.
Yeah, Missy.
No,
Played by
Actually,
Michelle
no.
Gomez.
actually, no. Technically, the first time a Time Lord regenerated into a woman was in a sports relief thing done by Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, but that's non-canon. They're all right with that because it's non-canon.
But it proves it's possible.
Doesn't prove anything. It's not part of the same story.
I don't think it matters, Ollie.
Not really.
Well, it
Time Lord
doesn't. But
physiognomy is Time Lord physiognomy. What's more, who really cares about canon?
Oh yeah. While I
stories?
was on one of my roleplay Twitter accounts, I was hit on by a Obi-Wan Kenobi account. It was horrible.
ha! I didn't know you still did those roleplay Twitter account things.
I have a few to keep in contact with some friends, so I kind of manage an account with someone.
I'm amazed people still do Twitter full stop.
Well, even so, yeah, I got hit on by a lewd Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I felt this is all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of social media.
So I sent like a long message to his response of nope, 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 nope.
Did he at any point respond with the words somewhere in amongst that sea of notes? Is there a yes swing?
No, he did respond with what's wrong? And I said, you are wrong.
I'm out of bolts.
You'll have to switch to sword then. Or get more bolts.
If I can find some lying about, which sometimes I can. Oh, reinforcements!
You are in a battle.
And Ollie, there's been an update on Pate. There's been an update on Del Rio. Apparently, Paige is being prosecuted.
Really?
Paige is being prosecuted, and worst case scenario, she'll be deported and never allowed back in the United States.
Bloody hell! What did she do?
Alberto Del Rio. Well, apparently Del Rio he may have planted coke in her bag. And also she's also being done for assault and battery. Well, domestic battery. Even though apparently it's Del Rio who beats her.
You know, I would like to say I'm losing respect for certain people in the WWE, but I think that would probably be redundant to say starting.
No, I think it's hard to have any respect for WWE at the moment when the Mae Young Classic happens. The fans love it. They're looking forward to it. But then someone backstage.
I never saw the Mae Young Classic. Was it good?
It hasn't happened yet. It's been taped, but it's not airing yet. Basically, all I know from it is backstage reaction was everybody. A couple of people hated it because the women aren't quote hot by WWE standards.
Yeah.
One of the women they had to change the result of a match in the middle of it because one of the women in the match botched everything and she was meant to win and it was getting awkward, so apparently they just messaged down to a referee, right, that's changing, she's not winning, just so they could send her home early.
Well, okay, but you can't really plan for that, I suppose.
No, you can't plan for people being botch monkeys. But apparently she botched everything. And they've also let Kairi Hojo keep her elbow drop finisher, which they were originally telling her she couldn't do because Bayley does an elbow drop and therefore it's hers. Even though apparently it's kind of Hojo's signatures.
You can't own the elbow drop.
She's got her own rendition of the move, apparently, so it's one of those, she's made the move her own.
Make another move.
It's kind of like how Bayley has the belly to belly, and, that's kind of her thing now.
Yeah. The Bayley to belly.
The Bayley to belly.
Wasn't there a time when people actually came up with signature moves and made them somewhat more intricate? So
a little, but, originally Edge didn't want to use the spear at all. He was completely against using it.
Really?
Apparently they suggested he use it as his finisher because he was doing it in practice or something, and Gangrel told him to use it on TV, and he refused to at one point, saying, but Goldberg uses it. And then Gangrel said, look, when you're in this business as long as I've been in here, you'll realise that no move is, it hasn't been used by someone else. I mean, come on, Andre the Giant was using the Tombstone Piledriver long before The Undertaker.
Who was using the RKO before Randy Orton?
Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page and Johnny Ace.
But nobody cares about Johnny Ace. Or as you might know him, John Laurinaitis.
Has anyone actually invented their own move?
Let's see, who's invented their own move?
Jake the Snake Roberts invented the DDT.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Jake Roberts invented the DDT by accident, but he still invented it.
Sorry, cough.
I love being in command of my own army. I've lost 2 of my own men, that's it.
Although I guess Scott Steiner invented the Steiner screwdriver.
Oh, Solar Sailor says hello. Hello, Solar Sailor. How you doing?
Hey. Oh yeah, and I did watch the special on Wrestling with Regret on why they should never have let Scott Steiner, you know, work for WWE the way they did. Basically, the argument was you cannot have him as a good guy. Have you heard Scott?
And retry
He's
sorry,
losing
I
it so-
don't understand what you're writing.
He's like, have you heard Scott Steiner speak? He does not speak like a nice person.
He
He's
doesn't,
the reason
does
the internet was invented. It's got him doing things like, you're out here with Diamond Dallas Page's wife, and you're pretending like that's a big thing? Who hasn't slept with that bitch? Or getting up to Hulk Hogan and sticking his middle finger up and telling him, fuck you. Or threatening to rape Diamond Dallas Page's
I'm
wife
Russian.
while wrestling him.
I'm Russian.
I
Cool.
thought you might have been Russian.
Right.
I just didn't want to make a guess because I thought I might sound racist if I did. As a basic rule, I don't care for other people's opinions, but I am consciously aware that they have them. I don't know how much ignorance I showed in secondary school, the amount of annoyance I got from other people's opinions.
Hey, as long as it doesn't happen, what happens on here does not happen. You know, the thing that happened on the last stream when someone said that they were from somewhere and then someone tried to start a civil war on the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
That was what actually happened there.
I don't know. He was This guy was Turkish, and just kept
Well, no,
saying.
I think one guy
Ottoman
said he was
Empire.
Russian, one guy said he's from the Ukraine, and then some guy literally went on, fuck the Ottoman Empire, something or other, and then something about going to war and everything. I thought, okay, what the fuck?
They are aware that the Ottoman Empire died like centuries ago.
Yeah.
I think
Oh yeah,
so.
also, I was talking to a friend about Legend of Zelda today, funnily enough. Not really usually my thing, but we chatted.
Okay.
We were mainly talking about the Gerudo. Gerudo.
I'll let them
We were
go.
filling gaps in gaps in each other's knowledge, and we basically came to the assumption that the entire thing is based off the Greeks.
I think I just defeated the entire Serenid army.
The entire Viet Cong army.
In one battle?
Yeah, they were all there. Well, a fair few nobles were there, so they were part of the battle.
Did you leave survivors?
I let them go. You gain honour, and that
You have
allows
not
you to.
defeated the army. He's left survivors.
You haven't done the Vlad Tepes thing and, you know, stuck people on pikes yet.
By the way, Sam, I watched The Room.
Oh, Ollie, you stupid shit.
It's hilarious. I mean,
Why?
not by design, but it is. But, well, because there's a film coming out that I really want to see. It's called The Disaster Artist, and Seth Rogen and James Franco are in it, and it's basically a comedy film about the making of The Room, based on that book that was written by the guy that played Mark.
Oh, God.
About-
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, James Franco is playing Tommy Wiseau.
You do know that when The Room came out, Tommy Wiseau literally was everything. So tell me, Ollie, I have to ask this because it's a question I ask everyone who's seen The Room.
Yeah.
You do realise he was dubbed, right? He dubbed over the English himself later.
Yeah. It was
And
clearly
what about
dubbed. It was
what about
obvious
that flower
watching
shop?
it.
Was that flower shop scene done too fast and out
Yes.
of order?
Definitely.
Okay. Because I remember the Nostalgia Critic going, were they on a time limit? Hello, you only have this door for 20 seconds. Hello, bye, hello, doggy. Boom. I I did not hit her. I did not.
I did not.
Anyway, how's your sex
Oh, hi,
life?
Mark.
Hello, Snake. I cannot tell you. It is confidential. Anyway, how's your sex life? Also, why were they wearing suits when throwing a football around?
No idea.
Then why did she go to have sex with his girlfriend and then that kid jump in the bed with them?
Because it's a bad film, Sam.
I've never heard. Let's go out for ha. I've never had ha before. I wonder what ha tastes like. What about his really bad acting when he's angry, he's smashing things? Rawr, I am angry, I guess. This is what angry people do. And then finally he puts the gun in his mouth, as if to signify what we're all thinking. What about when he's dead and she stands over his body and she's like, we can still be together, right? He's dead right there! Oh, it's what he would have wanted. Come on, let's have sex on his corpse. I'm sorry, that entire movie was fucking...
I know, it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's the only response really you can give to it. You can't take it I think it's funnier that you know that the guy was trying to take it seriously.
Yeah, that's what makes it so funny.
It's like someone trying to make his magnum opus, his most serious movie, and everyone just sees it as a comedy.
Oh, Brinclair says hello there. Hello there!
I'm sorry, I'd fallen asleep for the past 3 minutes.
Hello there.
Good day.
But yeah, the movie was weird.
I think I'll take this town to myself. I'll give someone else another town. Actually,
Oh yeah, Ollie, guess what I saw in town the other day?
what?
Moonwalker on the Sega Genesis.
Oh, nice.
And the Master System for some reason.
Oh yeah, I brought look, I've brought the entire army. I'm not even going to bother putting a garrison there. I already regret keeping it to myself. Right, now let's take this castle, shall we?
Just remember one thing, Ollie.
What?
Oceans rise, tires fall.
Yep.
We have seen each other through it all, and when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed... Carry on.
I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love.
Da 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 da.
Dewey.
That song.
Yeah. Might do a cover of it when I work out how to record sound better. Is Mountain Blade 2 actually going to be a thing? I know! It was announced forever ago! And mind you, there was gameplay footage at this year's E3, so apparently, yes, it is going to be a thing. As to when, your guess is as good as mine.
Remember when there was an announcement for a game called Star Wars 1313?
Yes, that was
That
true.
does actually ring a bell.
That is true. However, LucasArts was bought by Disney in the interim.
Still prefer the simplicity of Star Wars comics
Using my
from
slurm can cozy thing.
Such a simpler time it was.
Alright, You have one more chance to surrender. All right.
Nevers.
Nevers. Get
I
out
tried
of
to show
my
Liz
swamp,
Mars
you
attacks last night.
Okay.
Did not go over well.
Really? Why not?
She kept pulling that face that people, apparently normal people do, and like, what the hell is that? Though granted, she kept laughing every single time the aliens came out for a peace thing, and then suddenly just pulled out a blaster and killed everybody.
Don't run. We are your friends.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't we buy that at one point while I was down yours, just so you could see that move, because you thought that scene sounded hilarious?
Huh. Yeah. You want to take a little nap? Not particularly. It is getting late, but I'm not. I think I'd rather wipe the surrounding Sultanate off the map. Oh, by the way, did I tell you, Sam? I betrayed the Kingdom of the Nords, and so was immediately
you sent me
at
the
war with
picture.
them. Yeah. And then I immediately asked for peace terms, and he gave them to me, because I still had a high approval rating with the king.
Still had a high approval rating, even though you tried to take over.
Well, I didn't try to take over, I just took the lands I owned because he didn't want to give... Like, I captured a town, I think this is the only way you can really do it, to be fair. I captured a town and asked that it be rewarded to me. And he said no. So I said, screw you, I'm taking it and my lands and ruling them in my name.
Oh wow! I take it he took that the same way that Christians take a fart in church.
Basically.
Oh, Ollie.
I wonder if PlayStation Network should have or YouTube should have a translator.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
They're probably talking amongst each other, but who knows?
Who can tell?
So optimistic.
I'm not optimistic, I'm a downright pessimist. What are you talking about?
I was talking about Ollie.
One of the people here sent me a friend request. I shall accept that in a bit.
How nice of them.
Yeah.
Are you shooting? What? Yeah, trying to get headshots with your crossbow.
Yeah. I've switched to crossbow because it does more damage. Like, I can actually kill people with this.
Okay.
Trust
No
me, it's a
scope
big
them.
how it used to be. I often wonder with the medieval, with how medievals were those days. I wonder how they would have reacted if a wrecking ball actually came up to them in a castle siege. How would they have stopped it?
I don't think they'd have been able to stop it.
I think they'd have tried to pray to their primitive god or whatever.
I mean, after watching Top Gear, that demolition challenge, I've seen how efficient they are. When properly used, of course.
Yeah. Well, when properly used, you can prune your garden with a shotgun.
No, Ollie, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Ben Clarkson said when he tried to prune a tree.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting the whole Homer, people don't want to be shot in the face. Women don't want to be shot in the face. Women will like what I tell them to like. And then they edit it with Vince McMahon and Roman Reigns on a gun.
I'm from Britain, I don't know where these two are from.
Vince, nobody likes Roman Reigns. People
I am
like
also
what I
from
tell
Britain.
them to.
So is Sam, although he lives in Scotland, which for now is also part of Britain. Rescued prisoners, let's see. What have we got? Slaver chief? You're hired? Slaver crusher!
Putin.
That was an M. Bison reference. Psycho crusher!
M. Bison.
The guy who lost to Shao Kahn in Death Battle.
Yep.
They've been wrong before. Though not about that.
Boba Fett versus Samus Aran.
Maybe. Knuckles versus Donkey Kong.
Mewtwo versus Shadow.
Nah, I stand by that one. That one still made sense when looking at the research they used. Yeah. Shadow is nowhere near as powerful as they like to make him out to be.
I find there are flaws in the logic.
The guy gets his ass kicked on a daily basis by Amy. He's not exactly that powerful.
Probably not, but he did defeat Black Doom in 4 or 5 separate timelines, and Black Doom they have actually said they've described as an alien hive mind. I would judge Black Doom as a far more powerful psychic practitioner than Mewtwo. If Shadow defeated him in 5 separate timelines, then Mewtwo
Shadow the Hedgehog is no longer considered canon, and literally nothing Shadow did really counts for jack shit. Well, this is a guy who's literally not even in the top 10 in terms of Chaos power users. When you're getting your ass kicked by a 10-year-old girl, there's a problem. He was able to beat Sonic, yet Knuckles' daughter was able to not only just slap away every single one of his Chaos Spears, while Shadow was at full power, sealed him in time for all eternity.
It's rather tragic.
And she's not even not even fully powered yet.
It's rather tragic when this sort of thing happens.
And then there's the whole Scourge thing.
Alright.
Scourge described Shadow as like fighting a disabled child. Then he doesn't even need to use speed when Shadow uses Chaos Control. He can just break his neck and that'll be that.
This is one of the reasons why I've kind of gone off Sonic in a way. I liked Shadow, you know? And now
Well, the problem with Shadow was that Sega didn't intend for him to live beyond one game. His death was meant to be it in Sonic Adventure. Then they overreacted to his, whole. Well, people wanted shooting in a Sonic game, and apparently they thought Shadow would be the better thing, so they just brought him back. Gave him a game, everybody shit all over it because it was not really that good, and then they got stuck with him. Then they gave him to Archie with the whole, please, please for the love of God, redeem him. They gave him a female sidekick for a while that kind of worked. He kind of hung out with Robotnik's niece. But then he turned into Hitler and pretty much everybody beat him up.
And now he's the Dan Hibiki of the Sonic universe.
No, the Dan Hibiki is still Larry Lynx. Shadow still does some cool things. I mean, he was able to beat Metal Sonic. It's just, I'm sick of his preaching of, you don't have to be an ultimate weapon anymore. You can live. That whole speech needs to just fucking die.
There are a lot of things.
Oh, and then there's the whole Black Doom rebuilding himself as something else, and Shadow having an existential crisis, and then Knuckles having to fix everything.
There are a lot of things in Sonic the Hedgehog which I think needs to die, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. I've kind of lost my light for it.
I've lost my light for Street Fighter.
Why?
I kind of feel bad when they hyped up Street Fighter V with all this stuff like this will be a great fighting game, and then they cut 90% of the content for its initial release. You can't have a story mode. What makes you think you can have a story mode or any of this stuff that was in previous games? No, you've got to pay for that.
Well, it's pretty fair to say that it's not as good as Injustice 2 then.
Injustice 2 is good. It's not the best one that's there.
I never said that.
It's good. I mean, it pretty much fulfills the same role as Mortal Kombat without the violence and, you know, DC.
I mean, the edition I bought, I don't actually have to purchase any downloadable content because when it comes out, I'll just download it.
Plus Darkseid. They finally put Darkseid in it and didn't have to put it in just the mobile version.
They did that with Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah, oh, that's the worst part. According to Injustice's stuff, they count that game.
Yes, they do. I have actually heard Sub-Zero speaking.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Ugh.
Well, it counts.
Recognizable.
Yes, it counts. At one point, Sub-Zero mentions to the Joker that they fought Dark Khan together.
Well, I've said this before and I'll say it again. In DC and Marvel, what is canon these days? They've got the whole multiverse.
Whatever survives their reboot, apparently.
They've got the whole multiverse thing. Pretty much every story we've seen regarding DC or Marvel comics.
Well, to be fair, they've stopped the multiverse, then they brought it back, then they got rid of it, then they changed the multiverse. I mean, at one point, the Huntress was Batman's daughter, and then she suddenly wasn't.
Probably for the best.
It was. Her Batman was dead anyway.
Yeah, I'm actually killing people with this crossbow.
That's a surprising turnaround.
Hooray!
I'm just being mean now. Pretty good, Ollie. Well done.
Hey Ollie, remember that comic of Star Wars I showed you where Darth Vader just had a fit and then just pulled out a blaster and burnt down a forest screaming Skywalker over and over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
That was fun.
I think I've seen that while watching a Versus series on YouTube.
Darth Vader being, well, basically unconcerned for human life in general is fun.
Actually, yeah, I agree.
That's kind of Vader's norm.
Yep.
At the end of episode 4, when the Death Star was destroyed, Vader didn't even have the courtesy to say, "You haven't seen the last of me." He just righted his ship and went on his way.
So, boss, about that big new Death Star we built. It's gone.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yeah, a bunch of teenagers. Have you seen that thing Uncle Owen ruins Star Wars?
I may have done.
It's the thing where he goes back, where Luke goes back after he thinks, you know, when they say, well, the droid, they'll find out who they sold the droids to, and then he gets there and thinks they've been burnt to death, and then it turns out they're alive. They just gave the droids to the Empire anyway, and the burning was just his auntie's cooking. But, how dare those at the Empire come to our lands? I have to go learn to be a Jedi. No, Luke, you don't have time for adventures. You've got to do farming stuff in the sand. Then at the end of the video he goes, "Hey Luke, did you hear about the rebellion's crushing defeat at the hands of the Empire? Ooh, I'm glad we're out here in the middle of nowhere." Then Luke just tries to slit his wrist with the lightsaber.
Wouldn't have worked. Razor blade cauterizes the wound.
I know.
Also, farming in the sand. That's not so hard to believe. You farm for moisture. That's why they call it moisture farming.
Or when the plan doesn't really make much sense for the whole leaving Luke with them. This is the first place that he will look. Well, it's okay. I kind of killed him. Oh, thank God. You actually watched him die? Well, I cut his legs off. That usually works. Okay, well, how about we change his last name? I mean, Luke Smith or something. We call him Skywalker. His dad's just gonna cut it. That asthmatic space wizard is gonna come get him. No, it's Integral. Well, why does his sister have to keep her name? Well, don't worry. If you're gonna be this way, I have a plan for in case he does come back. Oh, thank God. Just when he thinks he's gonna beat me, I'm going to give up and let him kill me. But then I'll come back as a ghost and give advice. You know what? This is just a terrible idea. No, wait. I happen to know where the most powerful Jedi of all time lives. Oh, thank God. Where is he? Oh, all alone on an island, on a planet somewhere. And he's a Muppet. A dyslexic Muppet.
Force works in mysterious ways.
Apparently, although according to professional wrestling, Yoda can't use the Force to stop Joe Coffey.
Even
though he certainly tried.
Even though we all know he can use the Force to stop Joe Coffey.
There was this skit in ICW wrestling where they, for some reason, had Yoda. And he was using the Force in the middle of a wrestling ring, and then as Joe Coffey tried to twat him with a chair, he used the Force to stop him and use the mind control. But then suddenly Coffey just laughed after reacting to it, then just drop kicks the fuck out of him into a corner.
This is the Iron Man Joe Coffey, Jack. You know him.
Yes.
He's down! Yoda's down!
Yes, I liked him.
Yeah. Roll the footage.
Roll the footage.
Ah, victory.
Whoa, I see double me and you. Whoa.
Let's have some fun.
Please stop singing.
Nah.
Okay, 120 Allied casualties. We lost 123 men. I lost 1. And they lost 70. Okay, my allies aren't as good as me.
Just remember to always provide relief to your allies who fought so poorly and surrendered so quickly.
Yeah.
A
Well, we've
$1
still-
bill may suffice.
Well, we've still won the castle. Lord Grainwhite, he likes me. Yet loads of lords are defecting to me.
Just remember to mount their heads on pikes anyway.
But they're coming over to my side.
Ollie, remember what we learned from John Simmers the Master.
You're gonna have to remind me.
Even though they hop on the Saxon bandwagon, they're still ugly, fat-faced, wet-snivelling traitors.
Oh yeah, did I show you that thing where the Cybermen were replaced with Matt Hardy?
Oh yes, you did. Delete! Delete!
I think that's a need an upgrade.
You eat people, you delete people, you render them obsolete.
Alright, let's I'll actually get rid of one of you. Alright, now we take this castle. We're on the warpath, right?
Or remember when he didn't want to be the guy who deletes and eats people and renders them obsolete. He wants to be a chef.
I want to be the one that is the person that is known for making delicious peach cobbler. Ah, we missed a castle back there, and that's right near Shuri's, which is undefended. Let's go.
I suppose you could always go back for it.
Yep, that's what I fully intend to do.
But going back for it is technically a halt in momentum.
Well, not really, if it results in more territory being taken. I'm... Yep, the Kingdom of Nords has once again refused to declare war on me, because the king likes me.
Because they know what will happen.
Do you think
Yeah.
he'll still? Do you think he'll still refuse to declare war on you if your territory literally surrounds his? Like,
It sort of does. Well, his territory surrounds mine, because my territory used to be his. Oh.
Key word here being used to.
past tense and all that.
I just got 40,000 odd coins. I've got to give someone else that town.
If you give me the coins, I'll take it from you.
Although, unfortunately, the only way I can give the town to someone else is if I go back to my capital and speak to my head of state, which is also my wife.
That's not a head of state, that's my wife.
I'm taking this straight to the Prime Minister. Hey, Mr. Prime Minister! Pete!
The thing is, from what I understand, Australia's political system is very weird.
I can understand every political system is a bit weird.
Well, apparently they've only just, for the first time in maybe over 20 or 30 years, actually got a government that they voted for.
Yeah, it's all just been one government overthrowing the next for a while.
Yeah, it's literally been nothing but coup d'etats everywhere.
He seized power in a bloodless coup, all smotherings, just like Jimmy Carter.
In a bloodless coup.
Actually, it's not that far off. All I know is that apparently every time they voted for something, they didn't last more than a week. They just got overthrown constantly by someone else.
I'm currently playing as Power Girl against Gorilla Grodd, and this is strange. The arena not only tilts from one side to the other, but it also goes upside down.
Ah, Gorilla Grodd. Ah, that monkey was delicious.
Huh.
I don't know which version of Gorilla Grodd I like more. Quite like the one from Justice League Unlimited. His death was hilarious.
Ah. Huh. Yeah.
Really, remember when Titus O'Neil did not get fired from WWE despite the fact he posted his dick on Twitter?
Yeah, that was odd. I mean, fired for far less than that.
Indeed.
Social media is only as bad as you allow it to be with who you follow.
Yeah.
And who's allowing it?
Well, everyone. You are with your account, and, you know, If you
I'm
don't
not doing
like
anything,
some...
I don't have an assault.
Sorry?
I'm not privy to the blight upon humanity.
What, social media?
Yeah.
It's just a tool people use to keep in touch with other people, that's all.
It's more than that, Ollie.
It doesn't have to be.
But it is.
It's
I
only
agree, it
more
doesn't
than that.
have to be.
It's only more than that if you make it more than that yourself.
People have made it more than that themselves.
No, I mean individually. It works on an individual basis. If you only want to see what your friends put, that's all you have to. Yeah. I don't hold it against anyone for not going on it. I held out for years, but it's just more convenient to keep up with people I talk, hang out, and work with.
The biggest lie we were ever told during our childhood was that Kane and Undertaker were brothers, apparently.
Actually, the biggest lie we were told when we were kids was that we should learn mental maths because we won't have a calculator with us wherever we go.
And
because
then, yeah.
And because we do. Oh!
Yeah, also, other things. Remember when Seth Rollins showed his dick on Twitter and suddenly he got the WWE title? I'm starting to think WWE has a very weird standard.
Yeah. Perhaps Dolph Ziggler needs to expose himself on Twitter. Like, I'm not advising that he do that, and I don't particularly want him to do that, but he might get a push if he does.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait,
well, you know, until
Jinder Mahal didn't do
Vince
it, did
is
he?
70. How is he? I am convinced that the joke they made on What Culture is true. That if you make eye contact with Vince McMahon, he sucks an hour of your life and adds it to his.
I'm back.
I mean, seriously, the second he dies, maybe we have a chance of the show actually being good. I mean, it's gotten to the point where New Japan is really starting to take over the States.
I want to start watching New Japan. But how can I do that
What?
conveniently?
I don't know. They are planning to release a network that's similar to WWE Network.
Will it
they
be
do have an
available on
English
smart
commentator.
TVs?
I don't know, although I do know that WWE is planning to bring ICW to the network.
Ah, that'll be good.
Well, I don't know how WWE's going to feel about that, especially if you... Have you ever seen Kaylee Ray cut a promo?
No, I haven't.
In ICW, there was literally a whole thing based a Scottish rules match, which is literally just drinking and beating each other up. And she goes, "Do you know who the fuck I am? I'm Kaylee fucking Ray." Then she looks at you and goes, "Will you fucker shut the fuck up, I'm talking." Yeah, I don't think WWE are going to be happy with that. I'm surprised they let her in the tournament, to be honest.
Well, obviously they're going to give us some ground rules to follow.
I guess so. I mean,
WWE.
they have got. I mean, Ronda Rousey was also there, funnily enough.
They have too many ground rules, that's part of the problem.
Good luck, McMahon. And if anything goes wrong, it's because you have too many ground rules. Or not enough.
Heh. Yeah.
Rayman
But
Reigns.
basically they cancelled one of the best things about SmackDown, which is talking smack after it. Because Vince couldn't control it.
Back.
Yeah, I signed it.
Well, the thing is, it's all down to he can't control it, and Vince likes everything to be scripted and controlled.
But
If
that
you want a
makes
good
it
example of-
rubbish.
He's trying to turn the company into something it's not. I mean, for God's sake, at Comic-Con, WWE were there, and he's trying to basically make WWE make fashion dolls, for God's sake. I'm not even kidding.
Is he C9?
On their panel, apart from announcing a new mobile game and some more 2K17 stuff, mainly just once again telling us that there are 2 versions of Kurt Angle in the game, and they've done a new entrance for Seth Rollins. They announced that in terms of merchandise, they are also doing fashion dolls of the women. I always joked that Brie Bella was mostly plastic.
Huh.
Now it has
No.
become a literal thing.
Oh, for God's sake. These soldiers that aren't mine are just... Oh, this is dire.
No,
Which
the
is-
only way it could be more dark, the only way this could be worse or stupider is if most of their army was so bad with swords that they stabbed themselves.
Suicide Squad, attack!
That showed up. You silly sods. I bet right now you're starting to feel like Leonidas from the 300 movie.
At which point...
The bit where he meets those people to join him, and he finds that none of them are soldiers.
Yeah. Reinforcements have arrived. I think 1 or 2 of them might be mine.
Give one of your allies a sword and hope he doesn't cut his own arm off with it.
A god king did fall, unfortunately, on top of him.
Meet the Spartans.
Boring film.
Oh god, they've actually done a statue of Yamcha being dead.
Oh, right, yeah, Dragon Ball Super's on tonight. Aha. It's gonna be great.
That's
Have you made a
nice.
start on that yet, Sam, by the way?
What?
Dragon Ball Super.
Not yet.
Oh,
Haven't
you
really had
can...
the time.
Fair enough. You can just jump in at number 29.
I know. I am going to jump in. It's just at the moment Liz is using it a lot more to catch up on Skip Beat.
Fair enough. I've given Sam access
Hey.
to my Crunchyroll account. The Yu-Gi-Oh on there is the dub.
Also,
the
you have
English dub.
Berserk.
And it's all there. Crap.
I think the new Berserk is all on there, so that's worth seeing.
What the... I couldn't possibly have lost.
You lost?
There don't seem to be any of my men here.
The Magnag Empire has suffered its first defeat.
Not yet, it
That's
hasn't.
first one.
Oh, now it has.
Oh my god, that's the most...
I only lost 4 men. How is this possible?
Here I am playing Injustice 2, I missed it. Baka.
Alright, build a
This
siege
was
tower.
underwhelming.
Don't get mad, Ollie. Get revenge.
Will do. Most of my force is intact. And in fact, most of the army is intact. Oh no. I've had deserters. Surrender.
There will be no brotherhood without banners in this game.
Border incident. Oh god, someone on my side has provoked the Kingdom of Nords again. If they choose to go to war now... Surrender! Alright, we'll wait until tomorrow. If I have to deplete the entire army, I'm taking this castle.
Careful,
But then
Ollie,
you'll have nothing to defend it, and it'll be like that last time when you got the castle and then 10 seconds later you lost it.
This
Oh.
could be the opportunity that the king may have been waiting for. You can't tell me.
Yeah,
who
Ollie
won.
isn't thinking straight.
No,
Ollie, I'll be right back to watch your inevitable death.
I'd watch it too, but it takes so long. I never liked slow deaths.
surrender. No, alright. Wait until tomorrow. He's going. I'm going to win.
Are you now?
Yeah. Bloody deserters. 3 Nord. Oh no. Alright, there's no more time. Lead your soldiers in the assault while you still bloody have them.
Ollie, you don't want to suffer like Stannis now, do you? I wonder if Missandei is going to come back.
Possibly.
Okay, I'm back. Are you dead yet?
No. If this battle doesn't go as well as I hope, I'm going to go to Shariz and pick up some food supplies and then come back and try again. See, most of the troops that fought that battle weren't mine and were therefore inferior. Unfortunately, you can't choose whose troops get used.
And a number of your troops deserted.
Yeah, because we had no food.
I trust the deserters.
Honestly, if you just make them fucking sandwiches, Ollie.
If they've got nothing to eat but sandwiches, they'll probably go the same way as the Uruk-hai. We've had nothing to eat but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
At least I got some meat on the bread. Even if it is maggots.
Probably more healthier than hobbits.
Yeah. They'd have to pick all the hair out of their teeth.
And the amount of cholesterol that must be in your average hobbit. I mean, do you know how much those things eat? They have like 8 meals a day.
And most of it junk food.
Yeah. Breakfast, second breakfast, 11's luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, supper, and probably something else.
Still, I was rather amused by that one orc who said, "What about their legs? They don't eat those." And Captain Prisoners probably don't need legs from her perspective. Well, if I was amongst more people at that time, I probably would have said, "What about you? You're expendable. We don't need you."
Oh yeah, I mean, you actually have a point there, don't they just like come off of... don't orcs just metaphorically come off trees?
Depends on your orc. Orcs are
Well,
more
they
kind of
quite
protected
literally
by
come off an
trees.
assembly line. Or, well,
Well, see, that's my point.
The orcs from Warhammer 40k are a fungus. They die, they give off spores, they grow out the ground.
where is that coming from? Ah,
Where's that
there.
coming from? It's a shame you haven't got any catapults.
Yeah. Trebuchet or two would be welcome. Oh crap, I've almost been knocked out by a crossbowman. I need to find somewhere. Oh no. That didn't.
If being knocked out is the worst thing that's happened to you, you consider yourself lucky.
Right, I do not have time to build another siege tower just yet. I've got to make sure my people don't desert me. And the way I do that, basically go to the supermarket.
They can't desert you if you slaughter them.
Remember to buy that one guy a packet of bacon flavoured crisps. Otherwise he'll fuck off and we'll have to start war over that.
They have 30 troops left.
I know, and they're still kicking your ass.
If I could make it so that my own soldiers fought that battle, this would be over.
Ollie,
by
your
now.
own soldiers surrendered to a Boy Scout brigade on holiday.
No, those are these guys' soldiers. I thought the numbers would be an advantage.
Well, they weren't, were they?
Apparently not.
That's just like Homer saying, I'd kill you if I had my gun. Well, you don't.
Huh. Right, I've cleaned out their food supply. That should put an end to any desertion.
Well, if you were on a boat, I'd shoot you.
If you were anywhere, Sam, I'd shoot you.
Ah, I feel the same way. I'd shoot you too.
Derive an excess amount of enjoyment from doing so.
I believe the thing I heard that's most applicable here. If I was in a room with Hitler, Stalin, with you, Hitler, and Mussolini, and I had a gun with 2 bullets, I'd shoot you twice.
I don't know.
You probably have to think
I'd
about
shoot.
it.
Well, I don't know. If I was stuck in a room with, you, Hitler, and Stalin, I guess I'd shoot Stalin in the bollock first, so there's a sense of symmetry.
I think what I'd do is that I'd shoot you and then beat the other 2 to death.
Or, better yet, I'll line you all up and then shoot you all through the throat.
How is morale still low?
I told you, sandwiches and Pringles.
View morale report. Base morale 50. Party, sir. Recent events. Right,
Give us some steak-flavoured crisps.
Whatever you do, Ollie, just don't hire scabs. It'll only make things worse.
You know what? I have a new task for you. There is a fortress that can be easily taken.
Well, that doesn't sound impossible at all.
I wonder how they'll screw it up.
Hold on,
That is the
Therese
million-dollar
Castle.
question.
Yeah, that is the right one. And she used to be in my party, so she knows her stuff. Right, I've commanded her to assault the castle, and I'll move on to another one.
I've conquered moons, you bastard.
Ah,
I've conquered planets.
Whatever happened to Blunder?
it didn't get a second season, unfortunately.
No, although some of the people on there did get, good careers, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, David Mitchell already had a career, but
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. When you really look at it, he didn't really do much on Blunder to begin with.
yeah.
All he did was go Frank and then stare at a guy over sad music.
And then complain about daytime TV.
Oh yes, that's the complaining about daytime television, of which he actually had a valid point.
But then he realises if he doesn't like it, he should just stop watching.
Yeah.
Hello, BBC, put me through to the daytime crap department.
Certainly, sir. Sorry, my impression of a dial tone.
I just love that he'd go in, do this massive speech against them, and then just go, I don't know who to blame for this shit. You people for making it, or me. Oh my god, it's me, isn't it?
I should just stop watching, shouldn't I?
Sorry, the woman out there was making me tea, but I'll just go.
I think my dad says it best. You say something stupid on telly, we're watching it.
Alright, lads, charge!
Any who desert will wish they hadn't sooner.
Any who desert will wish they'd run faster.
Let's see if you run faster with this arrow up your jacksy.
I'll get you, you little bastard.
Stick a person in a catapult, that's the fastest way to get away.
Sahib! Oh, son of a...
I need soldiers who are willing to go as fast as they can into a castle. What I don't need is deserters. Since you have chosen to desert, I'm going to stick you in this catapult and launch you towards the enemy so you'll be going as fast as you can in there whether you want to or not.
Huh. Huh.
I've decided to
Gotcha.
canonize you.
Headshot.
I can see
And we
that.
win. No casualties. Alright, there's that castle taken. Now back on the original warpath.
For those amongst your enemies who said, he'll be back, probably going to be saying, oh god, not this soon.
If they sue for peace, should I accept it?
No.
Well, I think I might be the most powerful kingdom on the map.
That's what people do before they get dethroned, Ollie.
You can't be dethroned if there's no one to dethrone you.
Ollie, that's like saying you can't be racist to the race if the race doesn't exist.
But you can, though. Huh.
Therefore you can be dethroned, even if there's no one to dethrone you.
True, but it's going to be a lot more difficult.
It comes down to fundamentals, Ollie. You cannot be king to a pile of ashes.
Well, you can, but then you're just a pile of ash.
If there's no one to consider yourself, if there's no one to consider you king, then you are not a king.
Even if it's himself.
No, it doesn't work. The sort of thing happened in Doctor Who when one of the villains became king of nothing, saluted from beyond the grave by his rivals.
Well, there's a Metallica song down the toilet.
What is that sound?
And as long as there are people who don't like you as king, they will try to overthrow you, and they will have a chance of doing so.
What is that buzzing?
It might be the
An
bomb.
angry bee.
Might be the bomb I had sent to your house in the mail. I'll know in about half an hour.
Well, Ollie, you better check your mail.
Yep. Prepare ladders to attack the walls. Do it.
Does it always have to be do it? Are there other ways?
Yeah, suddenly Ollie thinks he's the emperor.
Why not make it so, or proceed?
Because Ollie doesn't have the voice to do Patrick Stewart.
I don't really. Make it so. It's just not very good.
Yeah. I still love him as Deputy Director Bullock.
Yep.
I loved his lecture on why it's okay to do cocaine.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, Stan wouldn't sleep, so he says, "Might I suggest some cocaine? Isn't that illegal?" Oh, I see. Right. Well, I'm from a group of people who believe that cocaine is okay. Very responsible cocaine users. We believe it's just about as harmless to you as long as you do it right. About as harmless as alcohol or even opium. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Maybe nap. Maybe opium's more your game. I'm part of a group of very responsible opium users. I'm just gonna go. Well, more for me.
When I think about
Oh, and then when Steve became king, he then kept trying to demand that Steve kill people.
When I think about that,
Should I kill him? No, don't kill him.
I think about the Top Gear South America special when they went into when they did put those slogans on their vehicles regarding the drug trade. There was Jeremy Clarkson's "I love my septum," James May's "Jesus is my eye," and Richard Hammonds, Total Wipeout, BBC 3. It's 7:30.
Ha!
Was that half something humorous, triumphant, or were you just trying a Mrs. Krabappel impression?
Triumphant. I hit someone with a crossbow. Didn't kill him, but I hit him somewhere very painful.
The hand?
Somewhere very painful.
The shin?
I think you know where I'm talking about, Jack.
It could be the shin. I mean, in 24, someone put a knife in someone's shin, and the guy screamed like it was the most painful experience known to man.
You could put a knife in someone's anywhere and they'd scream, I reckon.
Yeah, but there are some places which are more painful than others, I find.
What do you mean, you find? How often do you have a habit of putting knives in people?
It's not always knives, are they? This is the reason why you send me your captured prisoners, remember?
Ah, yes.
Oh, I tried the Ramsey experiment as you suggested. The prisoner didn't take too well to it.
Well, I find they're not very talkative once you remove their tongue.
Oh, I didn't remove his tongue, I removed his everything else, but I didn't get a reek, I just got a guy who bled to death voluntarily.
Give this to a guy and he won't speak for a while. Why, what's in him? Pepper, potassium. Melts off the roof of his mouth and his tongue, he'll never speak again.
Yeah, I could have done with some of that in secondary school.
Was that Mitchell and Webb or Blunder?
No, that was League of Gentlemen. Give this to your teacher, she'll piss herself. Why, what's so funny about it? There's nothing funny, she'll just piss herself, it's a muscle relaxant.
Huh.
The joke shop that just sells horrible, horrible things.
Potassium. Burns off the roof of his mouth.
Burns off the roof of his mouth and his tongue, he'll never speak again.
No, funnily enough, the very top of Homer's tongue got set on fire once. All it did was just expose more sensitive pain receptors, and he couldn't eat spicy food. I think he tried to kill himself.
Huh. Oh, I'm out of bolts.
Oh well. You'd be surprised. It's surprising considering all the bolts that are stuck in you.
Those are arrows, they won't work.
Sorry, I've just got a very blurry screen.
The baddies have arrived.
Oh shit! 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 Get off me! I'm dead. All these dead bodies over a scotched egg. That seems to be a very, very recurring theme.
Yeah.
It is only recurring if you allow it to be recurring.
No, the writing allowed it to be recurring.
I mean, I had a long-running joke with an old work colleague regarding a paper shredder.
Oh, I found some more bolts.
Did you do what Michael Heseltine of the Tory party used to do and just feed people into it?
That's what I said. I then spent the rest of the time wondering how he got out.
Shit. Remember that spitting image thing I showed you?
Yeah.
And now, nobody knows there are no more secrets. Except you. Get into the shredder!
This colleague of mine sent me a card when he left work, regarding how he got out. A list of ways to get out of a paper shredder.
One, don't be paper.
Suggesting I pick my favourite.
Ah. Right, who do I give this castle to?
Here's number 1. I engulfed my... Oh. Something's gone wrong with the writing. I engulfed myself into a protective bubble just after throwing a grenade to blow it up, knowing I would be completely unscathed.
Right. Yeah.
The second, there are no paper shredders on our floor, so the very notion of escaping one is irrelevant. I rather like that one the best. The third one, there is no escape. I am my twin's identical... I'm my identical twin in every way.
Oh. This town has basically the entire Sultanate there. Apart from the Sultan himself, who of course is our prisoner. Let's go and fight them.
It's on fire, why bother fighting?
Yeah, just pour some gasoline around the outside.
Surrender. Alright, prepare ladders. Do it.
You can't... I don't think they have gasoline in those days. You'd have to use wildfire. Ollie, what you need are jars of pig feces. Oh, and
Well,
the fourth one. I took a shrinking pill, thus allowing me to use my mini mountaineering skills to climb it into safety.
Audio description is now what? Oh. Right. So my Wii U controller was on top of my remote and it was pressing buttons. Alright. Right, we're now fighting basically the entire Sultanate at once to take this town, which I assume is their new capital since I took their old one.
I guess.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
Ricky Ticky Taffy!
They probably must be feeling a bit like Milhouse when the FBI caught up with him. Oh no, not again!
I love the fact that
I didn't do anything.
I love that whole thing. That whole thing is from a movie.
Yeah, The Fugitive.
Because I saw the Jimmy Snooker parody. I didn't kill her. I don't care. Super fly. And then just jumps out the pipe. But I didn't do anything. I don't care.
I don't care.
My glasses.
Wasn't that the whole thing that Bart just lied to the FBI and then suddenly they're after Milhouse?
Yeah.
That's just awesomely mean.
Like how I got Milhouse on America's Most Wanted list.
It's just cruel. Why would he even do that?
Because it's funny when Milhouse is in pain, everybody knows that.
I know. I always felt disappointed when Milhouse was strangling him and Bart didn't grab the scissors or the broken glass or anything to stab him with.
I mean, remember the Lisa on ice bit when she tries deflecting the hockey puck with a stick? It goes straight back off screen. We hear, "Help! Hey, why you knock out my teeth?" Or when Jimbo, Dolph and Kearney put him in a trolley and wrapped him in bumper stickers. Alright, the mummy is ready for his mystery journey. Well, what?
I do juegos caliente ruso asqueroso. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you said. Caliente means good or something to that effect. I am reasonably sure.
I still loved all the Halloween specials. They were the best parts of. Also, Grandpa Simpson. Grandpa Simpson made Simpsons worth watching in the last few years.
Did you know they made a Halloween special that was literally just a story about Halloween and not 3 short stories?
That sounds counterintuitive.
It was actually pretty good. Well, partly.
I do jugos.
Revealed the existence of a dark little secret about.
I just loved the vampire Mr. Burns.
Who doesn't?
I don't think Mr. Burns is one of the best things in the show, just because of the whole point of his existence. The whole point of his existence is literally just to show the rich old white man.
Reach me, make me your brother.
Yeah, that was just weird.
None of our reasons mean anything. Just look into your heart, and you will find the answer.
Well, I love the fact that if you look at The Simpsons' history, he's fought on both sides of the war.
I think my favourite Mr. Burns moment is probably going to be... sir, there's a lovely little boy outside looking for his dog. Release the hounds.
Release the hounds!
What's wrong with Crippler?
Yeah, he's getting on, sir. He has been here since the 60s.
Huh. Yes, I remember the day he bagged his first hippie. He didn't think that was too groovy.
Now that I melted it, I do not bring you peace and love. I bring you fear, pestilence, and time for
a booster.
Good morning, starshine. It says hello.
Leonard Nimoy was in that episode.
So was Mulder and Scully. This is
and so was Leonard Nimoy. He was the narrator.
Yep.
This is the worst assignment we've ever had. Even more than that flesh-eating virus? No, this is much more irritating. Agents Mulder and Scully.
Don't try it, I have the high ground.
Hacks!
Lava, 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 lava! Ah! Oh, that was badass.
All those times Anakin had trained with Obi-Wan, fought alongside Obi-Wan, and at no point did he see that coming. I mean, Sweet You Master, it doesn't matter how much power you've got.
He's not just a Shueishu Master, he is the Shueishu Master.
Yes, he is formed for his poster boy, you're right there. Personally, I prefer Vapad. Mace Windu does make it look good. There is actually a theory that states that given Vapad's nature, Mace Windu and Palpatine could have fought forever.
Yeah. Except that Palpatine was disarmed.
That was a tactical move on Palpatine's part, meant to bring Anakin to the dark side.
So really, all Anakin needed to do is just sit there and watch until the awkwardness meter went too high.
Sort of. If Anakin hadn't come, the two of them would have fought indefinitely.
Ah yes, reinforcements have arrived.
Tanks? Oh,
Wonderful!
This is just
Delete them.
Enemy reinforcements have arrived.
That's not so good. Yes, it is. More to kill.
Okay.
Good. I needed more enemies to come visit. I just ran out of red paint for my new bedroom.
Ah, a few more of my men. And just like that, we're getting more kits.
I wouldn't bother using blood for wallpaper paint. It's far more easier just to skin them and use their flesh for wallpaper.
Oh, now, Jack, use their skin for shoes.
They don't last long as shoes.
I know, but there's some satisfaction about using someone's face as the soles of your shoes and then walking through some dirt.
No, it just doesn't.
I know, they don't last anywhere near as long, but there's a deep satisfaction. It's one of those temporary things, like a hot chocolate.
No, I don't really appreciate the temporary things. You never know if
Well, I suppose you could, well, could always use their bones as something. I mean,
to quote the Vision, a thing isn't beautiful, it lasts.
Ollie understands the finer things.
Yeah, but it helps if it lasts.
Well, yeah, but it just means you can get more. I mean, you know, who says the women are allowed to have 50 pairs of shoes?
Oh, alright.
That's pretty much who I give. In the end, that's pretty much who I give the shoes I made for my enemies to.
Oh, I can just imagine it. Darling, I've made shoes for you.
Well, it's not that. I'm returning your husband to you. He's not quite active as he used to be.
Please take this to the Queen of Naples. What is it? It's the King of Naples.
Ah, they're fighting to the last man. Bloody hell.
You're pretty much threatening to wipe them off the map, Ollie. Of course they're going to fight to the last man.
Then the last man I shall slaughter. Right, reload this here crossbow. It's the best weapon to operate while drugged, apparently. Ah, impressive.
I do rather like the architecture.
Yeah. Ow. Well, not ow, it didn't do any damage. My armour must have stopped it.
At no point did anyone ever get hit by a sword and just say, ow. Oh wait, no, I did. I had that performance when I played Hamlet.
The town centre is yours, but the remaining defenders have retreated to the castle. It must fall before you can complete your victory. They really are fighting to the last man. We're inside the keep.
Are you expecting the final where you're like, there's one more soldier, come out and fight me, and then there's like some old man in a wheelchair armed with a stick goes, come get me, motherfucker.
I almost admire this in a way.
Lannister scum.
I mean, not admire it enough to spare them, but you know.
Actually, for some reason, I expected Cackling Chrome with a shotgun guarding a compost heap.
Oh, now we're not that far south, are we?
No. Alright. Ah, they're no threat. I'll let them go.
Why?
Because they're no threat.
They're wise.
Not now, but they will be.
I'll happily introduce their face to the sand any time. And it gives you honour, which allows you to have a larger force. Sire, we have taken Amarad. Alright, who do I give it to?
There's plenty of honour to go around. You can tell your soldiers you have all the honour of being my slaves.
Where's Noam? Noam can have it. He's always been loyal.
Just hope he doesn't rebel against you in due course.
Visit the tavern. This calls for celebration. We have liberated you.
Good times, come on.
I'd like to buy everyone who comes in here tonight a jar of your best wine. Let everyone know of the generosity of King Magnac to the people. Your relation with the town improved.
It'd be amusing though if one of the people you liberated happened to have been allowed to live in a brothel as a result of his previous leader, goes up to you, grabs you by the neck and says, "I didn't want to be liberated."
I'm happy for him to live in a brothel if that's what he wants. I'm an easygoing guy. Alright. There's a couple of castles and a town left in these parts, and then we'll own the desert. And after that, it's just a matter of taking out the stragglers.
I don't think you can own a desert, Ollie. For one thing, you can't patrol it 24/7 without many people dying of dehydration.
Yes, run, cowards, run! Well, if I saw an army that size coming, I'd probably run too, to be absolutely fair. Surrender? Why are they not surrendering? I've made people surrender
They must think
before.
highly of themselves.
Alright, in 4 hours we'll have ladders to...
Ollie, you want to know a little secret?
What?
I told them not to surrender. I told them they'd beat you easily. I'm trying to get them to fight so that you'll kill them.
Well, you're gonna get your wish.
I kind of spoke to them like the women from Castle Anthrax. You'll beat them easily. He hasn't a chance.
I can beat them. There's only 150 of them.
You're very lucky to keep watching the game long. You were in terrible peril.
I don't think I was.
Oh yes, you were in grave peril.
Look, let me go back in there and face the peril.
No, it's far too perilous.
Can you let me have just a little bit of peril?
No, it's unhealthy.
Bet you're gay.
No, I'm not. I did like what he said to that what he said to that one maiden. Silence, foul temptress!
Yeah.
It's funny I say that. I'm just about to start a fight with Poison Ivy.
That's literally her thing.
Except in this game, apparently. Her thing in this
Would
game...
Weed Killer do anything?
Probably not. Her thing in this game is apparently to feed you to various forms of Venus flytraps.
Uh,
I guess that's true love for you.
it's going to take a while for
never got the
reinforcements
time
to
with
get
these.
here if we ever need them.
Well, that's how Robert Lindsay described it. Rather than a flower, it's a Venus flytrap. Lures you in with false promises and then crushes you like an insect. Personally, I preferred his version of having children. Oh, yeah, babies are fine, but can you really trust them? You know what they're doing when they're looking at you with their eyes? They're sizing you up for weak spots.
Yeah, I kind of saw the thing this morning with my wife where Roger kept trying to murder children with his car.
First they learn to talk, so they can answer back. Then they learn to walk, so they can go into shops and come out having spent all your money. Then they go to school, where they learn to pick up friends, so they can learn to hunt in packs. And just when they're finally ready to leave the nest, they don't. Look at you, you fat, you bloated, you feet ache. You want to pee every 10 minutes? Well, enjoy it, because this is as good as it gets. You're horrible. I'm not horrible, I'm a parent.
They're sizing you up.
You can't kill kids. Why not? They eventually grow into adults. Yeah, Roger apparently had a wife and 2 kids somewhere, and then he started driving around with them and then trying to kill Steve and his friends because they were children.
Is this the same,
And then he went to a restaurant and things were okay until his wife ordered something with red sauce and they put white sauce on, so he went to the chef and went, "Excuse me, you gave my wife white sauce, she asked for red. Well, we're out of red," and he just puts a gun to his head over the food and goes, "Yeah, you've got some red."
Is this the
They
same
just
Roger?
blew his brains out.
Sorry, Jack, what was that?
Is this the same Roger I know?
I don't think so. Roger from American Dad, I think, is what Sam is referring to.
Oh. I thought he was meaning the Roger from My Family.
No.
It's very much unlike the Roger from
Though
My Family.
I did like Stan's whole thing when he pulled out 2 Uzis, and this is how he decides who gets to live and who dies. One has bullets, one is empty.
The Roger from My Family tried to inspire Ben into Christmas merriment by throwing confetti over his head, to which Ben's response to that was, "Don't you ever do that again." Roger, if I wanted something pointless hanging in this office, I'd use you.
Too many arrows.
Ollie, you can never have too many arrows, unless they're stuck in you and you can't actually use them. Are they stuck in you and you can't actually use them?
Yeah.
Ollie,
Yep, pretty much.
that was a good opportunity for you to pretend to be dead there.
Uh,
I was gonna... Ollie? Ollie? Never mind.
I'm just waiting for reinforcements. Well, yeah. Speaking of, Reinforcements have arrived. Don't come in one at a time, you Burks!
We are marching in order. It is the polite way to battle.
Okay, march in order. I order you to savage these gits.
Okay, now it's looking a bit better. Unfortunately, there are no in-battle healing items or anything. By the way, feel free if it's getting too late to, you know, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this. I don't expect you guys to accompany me for the whole thing.
It's a Saturday, Ollie.
Well, I've got to go out tomorrow, so I'm probably going to go now so I can pack.
Okay, fair enough. I will see you later, Sam. I'll let you know how this war goes.
Okay, let's just hope it doesn't go the same way that most of your wars go, in that you're sold into slavery at some point and then happen to escape by claiming, come on, come on.
Well, he's told he escaped, but I have it on authority that people actually let him go because they got sick of him.
I get the feeling that he isn't free. I get the feeling that he just passed out and he's become so insane from, you know, being locked up that he thinks he's free and he's having these adventures, but really he's been drinking his own urine for 20 years.
Well, drinking your own urine for 20 years doesn't do that to you. It does worse.
No, but being alone for that time and, you know, having his entire empire crushed probably broke him.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon, Holly.
Alright, see you, Sam.
Bye.
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 And there he goes.
And there he went.
I'll wait until tomorrow to heal.
It's already tomorrow.
It's never tomorrow. See, by the time tomorrow comes, it becomes today, and then the next day is tomorrow, which was tomorrow yesterday.
You sound just like that guy from Bugsy Malone.
Surrender? No? Okay. Assault it is.
Surrender, and your lives won't be spared. Damn, sorry, I always get those two mixed up.
Surrender and we'll kill you. Sorry, I meant or. No, surrender and we'll kill you. Don't you mean or? We know what we said.
Look, could you please surrender? We have a new executioner we're trying to break in.
Well, first blood. It's always good. Oh yeah, Jack, vis-a-vis Alcon, I think it would be probably easier and less hassle for both of us if you were to sort that out yourself, because I don't actually know how tickets are handled. Like, you need to bring ID on the day, which means I would probably need to know some details of yours that I don't have and wouldn't feel comfortable asking for.
I'd probably have to bring in details based on research, based on quick research I had done.
Yeah.
I really don't want to register for anything because they'll just send me a load of spam. In theory, though, you should be able to buy me. You should be able to buy your friends or family tickets.
Yeah, that's like I think you need tickets specific to days. So I'd need to know which day you wanted to come, and
Given the circumstances, Ollie, any day would do. Any day as long as it's not a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. I think Saturday would be easiest.
well, look, Jack, I don't know how I would get you the ticket once getting there, though. I've never had to do that for someone else. I really think it would just be better if you did it.
You trying to chop down your own ladder?
I wanted to see if it worked. We already won. Blimey, that was quick. Why didn't they surrender? They had nothing to defend against me with.
I told
Defies
you, Ollie, they didn't
logic.
surrender because I told them not to.
Apparently they're more scared of you than me.
Duh.
The Crassus approach. Not mine, but I respect it.
One person goes up to me. They say, "Sir, I know you say that they can that we can win, but they have so many. I mean, wouldn't it be better for the sake of us all if we surrendered?" I just looked at him, and he just said, "Yes, sir. You're right, sir. It's a stupid idea. I'm going to turn and walk away now." Be sure to stand against that wall and turn your head. I think that's probably why you won the battle so quickly. The vast number of men who I told to turn and face the wall because they thought of surrendering.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we got? What do we got left?
I mean, how many survivors?
We got one castle, and then a town, and then this area is ours. And then it's just a matter of hunting down the remaining stragglers.
If you want to do something to keep your army strong before you attack?
Alright, what's that?
I don't know. I don't know how the game is how the game is played.
Oh, I thought you knew something I didn't there for a second. Hold on, I'm just...
I know a
all
lot of
those
things you don't know, Ollie.
Ken's been... Yo. Oh, I think you've been here before, haven't you? Hey, how you doing? Ah. Yeah, food is running a little low, but should be enough for this one battle. In
That's
fact,
what people say before it isn't enough.
in fact, if it's just going to be enough for one battle, I'll take the town so that we can buy more when the town is ours. Good, yeah.
Fine,
Yeah,
thanks.
I'm good, thanks. I'm just wiping out the Saranids. Also, I
Gotta wipe
betrayed
out
the Nords and carved out my own kingdom.
Gotta betray someone.
Alright. Yeah, this is... I imagine this is their court now, because they don't have any other towns that I'm aware of.
In theory, if they've got no towns to support them, then you could just leave them to starve to death.
Although there is quite the sizable force.
Sizable force which will likely starve to death before the,
Surrender? Nope. Prepare ladders to attack the walls. You know, they haven't even tried to ransom their sultan yet.
Maybe they don't.
Alright.
Maybe they just don't care.
Actually, I'm gonna abandon the siege just for now.
I thought you might.
Because I haven't leveled up my party yet.
Give him a few days.
Uh, surrender. Nope. Alright, prepare ladders.
You have one chance to surrender. We already gave you one chance to surrender, but we're giving you another. One chance to surrender.
Yep, pretty much. And they didn't take it. Okay, death it is.
Would you like them back dead or alive? Either will do. Dead it is.
Either or. Oh. I'll bring you those kids back. Dead or alive.
We just want them back alive.
You never let Willie be Willie.
Just say the word and I'll drive this hoe in his back. I can make it look like suicide.
You know what? These lords of the enemy are becoming enough of a nuisance that I might actually take some of them prisoner.
You won't have a choice, Ollie. You can't kill them, remember?
Well, no, but I've been letting them go for the honour of it.
Minus the ones you send to me, of course.
Yep. Still, we seem to be doing pretty well. Okay, how do I get up to those guys? Doesn't look like I can. I'll have to shoot them. If they resist, shoot them.
If they don't resist,
That was Red Dwarf when Rimmer becomes general of the Wax World.
yeah. I'm surprised you're able to shoot through that narrow area of fire.
Yeah.
Always, of course, referring to the two fence poles that you shot those two guys through.
Yeah.
How does a standoff like this happen and no one gets pushed from the wall?
I don't know. Old game. Maybe they didn't have the processing power at the time to make something that realistic happen.
And those are one of the moments I like from the Infamous games. I mean, when you punch a person, goes off a building, he falls and dies when he hits. Probably the one thing that's actually realistic about that game.
Game doesn't necessarily have to be realistic to be good, but yeah.
No, definitely not. Still, realism isn't exactly unwelcome.
Reinforcements? Anytime now, reinforcements. Oh, there you are.
Come on, reinforcements.
Reinforcements!
Reinforce.
A horse! New enemies have arrived.
What would you take into battle if you had the choice? A direwolf, a direwolf-sized falcon, a tiger, or an elephant?
Elephant. Just for the shock factor.
I think I'd go with the falcon just because I like the falcon.
Ah, we win. I didn't lose a man. Unfortunately, my allies did. They lost 19. 52 were wounded. And they lost 125. Oh, okay, they're doing that thing where you've got to chase them again. Fighting to the last man. I suppose it's to be expected.
Well, they're just lucky you allow them to fight beside you.
I can't wait for Mountain Blade 2 to come out. Unfortunately, it looks like that may never happen. Well, it will. They've been developing it for a long time.
Well, the way you sounded, a very, very long time.
Yeah, it was announced in, like, I don't know, 2012 or something? The year the first Avengers movie came out, I believe. So it's been a while.
You still think it's coming?
E3 said it was.
E3 says a lot of things, Ollie.
Most of them are true. Although, given that this was popular enough to get a PS4 remaster, I'd imagine it is.
Well, we'll see, eh?
Yep. Alright, we win. They fought to the last man. Okay, you're prisoner now. And you.
If you want them
you.
off the map, though, who do you ransom them back to?
Some of them escaped, unfortunately.
Who do you ransom them back to anyway?
I don't know, that you just get offered money for them. But even if not, they're off the map now, and therefore not a threat. Not that they're a threat anyway, more of an annoyance. And who do I give the town to?
Someone who won't betray you, I would think, is a good idea.
Yeah. Right. Now that that is done, to the marketplace, let's buy some more food, spices.
Pass go, collect £200.
Yeah. Not as much as I'd hoped, but oh well. I've got to give these villages out as well. I'll do that once we're through taking all of the... Oh. Tell you what, I'm going to take this one more castle and then call it a stream. It's getting late.
Late. It's gone
Yeah.
tomorrow.
What time is it?
You and I are in the same time zones. 1:45.
Well, if you'd rather leave now, I won't hold it against you.
Nothing better to do, only sleep.
Surrender? Nope, they don't want to surrender. Okay, let's kill them. Those are good men knocking at our door. Let's go kill them. Ow.
Although since it's you knocking at the door, I think it's more accurate to say, those are good men knocking at our door. Let's get killed by them.
Oh, early on, and I've got a javelin through the left arm.
I want to get that thing looked at.
Yeah. I can power
No,
through it.
javelins. I meant the javelin, that thing still might fly again.
Yeah. Headshot. Just die.
Just kill them. Kill them all.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had vicious kings, and we've had idiot kings, but I don't think we've ever been cursed with a vicious idiot for a king before.
And now I've struck a king. Get my hand fall from my wrist. How many kings have there been in Game of Thrones?
What, you mean on screen or in the actual story?
On screen.
Right, well, Robert, then Joffrey, and then four more kings sprung up for the War of Five Kings.
Who were they? There was
Renly, Stannis, Robb, Mance Rayder, and Joffrey.
Oh, they missed out the Night King.
Does he count? Well, I suppose if the King Beyond the Wall counts.
He's a king.
Yeah, okay. So, alright, that is 7 kings so far, if you count the Night King. And then there was Tommen, king number 8. And then Cersei is a queen.
Now there's Jon Snow and we have Daenerys. I think Daenerys has been in the background the whole time, so I think the Battle of Five is actually 7 monarchs.
Yeah.
Wonder how many people missed the Night King out. Mind you, I guess we hadn't seen him until after Joffrey was dead.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Joffrey as a White Walker?
And Balon Greyjoy, the King of the Iron Islands.
Yes, that's who we're forgetting as well. And now there's Euron.
Yep. Enemy reinforcements.
I wonder how many people are going to want to follow Yara after she agreed with Daenerys' terms about no more raiding or reaving.
Well, hopefully they won't need to after they win the war. That is sort of the... They raid and read because they don't have the they don't have any other way of getting the means to live. Like Jamie said, all they know how to do is steal things they can't make or grow themselves.
They may not want to change.
Well, that's a problem for later.
Now wait just a minute. Raiding and reaving is a way of life. Raiding and reaving is my way of life, and I aim to keep it. Sounds like you have a plan. Maybe I do, Chief. Maybe I do.
You're out there somewhere, Beer Baron, and I'll find you.
Oh, you
Yes, I will.
Well,
Hmm. Huh. Alright. Right to the keep this time.
Dateline, the infamous Beer Baron continues to rub his nose in authority. Strolling about in a new hat seems to say, "Look at me, Rex Banner, I have a new hat."
Huh. The prohibition on alcohol is what gave birth to organised crime. How different the world could have been if you just let people have their alcohol.
I'm pretty sure people probably would have found other reason to start organising criminal activities.
That's a reasonable assumption, but... Um,
Mr. Shipway, how good of you
Hel-
to join us.
hello there! I mean, I was going to call it after this siege, but now that Pete's here, I might carry on a little longer.
Gonna go to sleep, you git.
You don't have to be here, you can go. I do take your point, though. I think I had better call it. Nobody's stopping you from going to sleep, Jack. Alright.
Oh, well, sorry you just woke me up, what? It'll be the first time I fell asleep in my chair, despite how uncomfortable it is.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Pete, but I think we're going to end it here. It's been nearly 3 hours. That's a pretty long time. Anyone else? Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Standard YouTuber spiel, yada yada yada. Like, share, subscribe, and all the rest of it. And we'll see. Damn it, I keep hitting the wrong button. We'll see you soon.